focus your energy on other things until the right person comes into your life. Okay? Okay? Let it go, make my body go. Take our bodies higher and higher and higher. Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I know guys, I keep disappearing on you guys, and I keep promising that, you know, I'll make the videos more consistent, but honestly if I could, I genuinely would. It's honestly because I work full-time, and recently I have a little project that I'm doing every Saturday, so I genuinely have one day off, and that's a Friday. So that one day off, I just like to relax and completely recuperate. So anyways, now enough with the excuses. If you guys follow me on my social media like Facebook or Instagram, you will see that I had written like a little status saying I was gonna do a video on does he love you or is it lust. But then again, I thought about it and I was like, let me not do a video on that, because I never really want to give you information that I'm not fully versed on. I want to give out information that I've truly been through and I fully comprehend and understand. So I don't want to like the blind leading the blind kind of thing. So I tweaked it a little bit. It's kind of similar. How to avoid getting played by guys, or how to know if a guy actually likes you and wants to pursue you further on. So you can see how it's similar to the love and lust situation. But anyways, let me just get started, because I have a tendency of going on and on and on and on. So first thing, we have to be responsible for ourselves. So before you get in any relationship or want to be in any relationship, just make sure you have a solid foundation. And what I mean by that is just a solid life structure, so whoever you bring into your life doesn't now become, you know, kind of your source of happiness. So you're not dependent on this person or relying on them to give you some kind of satisfaction. Like if they were to be here in your life, you'd be happy, but if they were to walk out tomorrow, you'd still be happy. So we have to honestly aim for that, because I feel like we feel like well, I don't know, like some people feel like once you get into a relationship, that's meant to complete your life, or that's the part of your life that's missing is a man or a woman. But no, they're just a simple, they're an addition. Like it's a plus to find your soulmate, but like you should have your shit together prior to a relationship, and you shouldn't look for people to fix you, because they can't. So what I mean by solid structure, I mean like your social life. Make sure you're socializing quite often, your family life and your work-life balance, and just make sure that you are genuinely happy in yourself. You're happy in general, so this person you won't be putting pressure on them actually to make you happy, because it genuinely isn't fair to kind of place all your happiness into this one person, because they're human and they're gonna disappoint you. So I'm just like, okay. So number 2, this is something I can say I'm guilty of, and that is this whole ideology of I have a type. Okay, when you say I have a type, you eliminate so many good people in your life, guys. You eliminate so many different other possibilities, because you're so focused in on this is my type: tall, dark, handsome, money, blah, 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 right? But then you always kind of seek the same kind of guy, and if you have poor taste in men, you're literally dating the same guy over and over again, only it's a different name each time. And you often wonder, why don't my relationship work out? But you have to understand that you're to fault for this, because you're chasing the same guy over and over. So this whole thing of types, I honestly think a type you should be searching for in life is, does he respect me? Is he willing to listen to me? Is he willing to grow with me? Does he make me laugh? And for me anyways, that's what I'm looking at, and anything else is an added bonus. So if you respect me as an individual and you're willing to grow with me and, you know, help me grow, and I'm to help you grow as well, that's fantastic, right? Number 3, I honestly feel like a lot of women fall for this trap. Don't assume that your man is exclusive only with you until he says so. And what I mean by that is, don't assume that he's not talking to other girls. Don't assume that he's not going to date with other girls. I'm not even talking about sleeping now. I'm just talking about, don't assume that you're the only woman in his life that he's focused on until he comes to you and he says, hey Snesie, hey whatever, I only want to be with you. only then are you to assume otherwise. Because what we women do, right, you'll be talking to, let me say 3 guys at one time, and you're just getting to know them, you know, going on dates, and it's good to date and date often, but I'm not saying open your legs, close your legs, keep them closed, and just go on dates. Yeah, so you're talking to 3 guys, and then this other guy or one of these guys seems more ambitious or seems to be more interested in you. And so now what you do is, before you've had any conversation with him to kind of determine, are we gonna be exclusive, you now stop talking to A and B. You've dumped them. You've literally, you know, dumped them. You told them. Sometimes you don't even say anything. You just leave them. And you know, you're thinking then that you're in some sort of relationship. It will shock you, okay, that you are not the only one in his life, first of all. So I'm just saying, don't assume otherwise until a person has said so. And that's just common sense, to be honest with you. It may not seem as common, because I feel like people feel like, oh, they deem it wrong to talk to several people at the same time. Like I said, if you close your legs, there's nothing wrong with talking to people at the same time. So don't you ever feel guilty of that until your man or your girl says, I only want to be with you. Only then are you to drop other people. I think it's only fair. So respect your exclusivity as well, because he's doing other things. So it's just that old saying that says, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And that's just a classic example of putting all your eggs in one basket, because honestly, guys, this is funny. I'm not saying it's happened to me, but it probably has. Okay, so when you talk to someone and you start dating whatever, and you stop talking to all your other friends, and then you realize, shit, this guy's is no good for me. This guy's a dick. And now you kind of, you know, you do a little moonwalk back to the other guy, and it's too late. So just be very careful. Don't put your eggs in one basket, because just be smart. Okay, number 4. Stop investing your time into people that are not willing to invest the same amount of time and energy into you. And what I mean by that, if you're the one who's always initiating conversation, always initiating meetups, always talking first, read between the lines, honey. Like, this guy doesn't have time for you, or he's busy elsewhere. So if you're having to constantly be the one who's putting the effort in and it's not being reciprocated, it's time to walk away. They always say a lady always knows when to make an exit. And I think you don't have to complain about it. Just know that, okay, do you know what, I'm way more worth it than this. I'm not gonna chase you if you're not willing to put the same amount of energy as me, and just simply walk away. There's many other people out there in the world that are willing to invest the time in you. And I think it's funny, like, this just may be putting it way simple terms. We always want what we can't have. So you may have a crush on someone, and they have a crush on someone else, and someone has a crush on you. So no one is really focusing on the ones that really do care about them. We're always searching for our types. I want only date my type. But there's a wonderful guy who's, you know, right next to you, who's willing, who puts in the energy, puts in the time, always has your time, always has the energy that you're looking for. Just be smart, okay, guys? Just be smart. Guys, do you like my blazer? I got it in Shein it's called now. Ugh, I should have done a haul. Actually, I got a few jackets for winter, and I honestly don't know why I didn't do a haul. Maybe I will order for them pretty soon, so I'll do one then. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so actions speak louder than words, right? This is a very simple one, and I don't know why I have to say it, but I feel like I should just mention it. Okay, so actions speak louder than words. You can tell me you love me, you can tell me you care for me, you can tell me you want the best for me, but if your actions are showing me otherwise, I'm sorry, I'm walking out. I think at a certain point you have to hold people accountable for their actions. And so therefore, just because your man says he loves you, does he act like, do you feel loved? Just because he says he respects you, do you feel respected? And so therefore, just that alone, it's a very simple one, and you can catch it pretty straight away. So I just feel like if you respect yourself as a human being, you will hold people accountable for how they treat you. So I don't know what to tell you, my sister. Like, Okay, so this one I picked up from Steve Harvey's book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady. He has this rule in there that is, I think, so important and so well thought out, actually. The 90-day rule. And what that means is that from the first time you talk to a guy and you determine that, okay, yo, I really like this person, I want it to go somewhere, right? If you don't want it to go anywhere, fine, girl, do whatever you want. To each their own, I will not judge. But yeah, 90-day rule. Have you ever, well, I'm sure you've noticed, if you've had a job so far, you'll realize that when you first start working for a company, you don't have full benefits, right? You're on probation for let's say 90 days or 6 months, whatever the case may be. You're on probation, and whilst you're on probation, this is the time where you have to prove yourself to be worthy of keeping this job, right? And also that while you're on probation, you don't have the full benefits of the company. So if you fall sick within your probation period, you don't get paid. And I think it's just so cool that he flipped this and turned this with relationships. It's the same thing when you're dating someone. They're on their best behavior. They're essentially auditioning for the role of your husband, essentially, or your boyfriend. So they want this job, and you're the employer. So as a responsible employer, why not apply this 90-day rule to this person? In that 90 days, if they start to act up, don't have any excuses for them. Cut them off, like move on to the next. It's no big deal. And it's honestly, what I've noticed is a lot of guys, and women as well, like I said, I don't want to say guys and girls are different. I don't want to go there. So a lot of people, when you first start to see them, they're on their best behavior. They don't want to show their true intentions right away. But after a while, they get tired and fed up of playing, right? And so with this 90-day rule, it really kind of sieves out those who have true intentions for you, those who are willing to stick around the long haul, versus the ones that just want to and be out. Last but not least, trust your instincts. So many times we meet people, your gut instinct is telling you something isn't right, like something's not right. Instead of just going, you know what, let me just let this person go, we stick around. And I feel like your gut instinct is there for a reason. Like, it's that little voice inside your head telling you this guy is no good for you. Listen to that voice, because I've heard women so many times saying, damn it, when I first met him, I knew something wasn't right, or I knew he wasn't the one. But you still gave him the time of day. You still invested your time. And time is very valuable. Like I said in my last video, it's a very valuable asset. So to waste it is just ridiculous to me. If you can avoid wasting your time on someone that you know you're not going to be with in the long run, just let it go, sis. Like, focus your energy on other things until the right person comes into your life. Okay, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys picked up a few good tips. So this is stuff I've learned through my own personal experiences, or even like close friends of mine, or like relatives. So I always like to share in the knowledge. So if you have any questions regarding this video or anything I've said, comment section is right below, honey. Work away and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Or if you want to recommend a video that you'd like me to do, please feel free. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Thank you so much for watching, my loves. Bye. Let it go, make my body go. Take our bodies higher and higher.